Hi, everybody. I am Anders Roseberg. I am the author of this book, The American Women, A Journey Through Quarters book. We have lovely illustrations by Amy Bruder. She did a great job on this book. Thank you for supporting a self-publishing author. And, when you purchase this book, it helps me tremendously. I really want to say thank you. Pass the word out, help spread the word about the book for me. And if you want to look for my other books, at the bottom of this description, there should be some other books that I've done. None of them will be quite like this one. What I wanted to do with this video is just basically show you guys how to care for your book. And hopefully you open it and you'll see like a piece of paper here that, says, how to care for your book. And you've done that first, because if not, you may have damaged your book. But the first thing that you need to do is just, when you open your book, there is a pre-pressed line down the spine, and we need to fold that out. It's a little tricky, but as you just start opening your book, you'll notice naturally that it wants to go down. Be careful not to let it go in, because if it goes in, it's going to push against these pages, and it could rip. It's a heavy book, and after you guys started, you did that pre-fold, and you start going down about halfway, it sits pretty flat. So this is not even halfway. This is halfway. It can sit totally flat, which is nice. You can see that pre-folded edge looks nice and flat. As you start getting to the other side, it starts lifting it up. So, if you put a lot of weight on it, it's gonna, probably fold in another place you don't want it to fold. But anyway, that's how we've designed it. The next thing is, I'm totally aware of, let's find a page that didn't have any. Okay, this is a good page. So I'm totally aware that I got these two coins here. One's for the D mint, one's for the P mint. I did not label these, so I apologize for that. In my next print edition, I'll figure out something better to do. But you'll just have to mark them yourself. A simple Sharpie marker will probably do. You could mark them, just go through and mark them D's and P's if you want now, or you can do it later after you start putting the coins in. We've got ourselves a D. And this one is Woman Man Killer. I think, did we already pass her? She's right here. But anyways, if you, place her in there, you could just, mark this one a P. And then later that, hey, I still need a P. And like I said, later on, we'll figure that out. How to get these pieces out. I know some of you will probably say, it's tricky and stuff. And, you could use a long fingernail. But before you do that, I find the best way is just to kind of go behind it. Just give it a few pushes. I mean, maybe dad or mom need to do that. And you'll start seeing it come out. Once it comes out, it just falls out easily. So don't go stressing over these. I know kids might have a hard time, but if you, like I said, just go to the back of the spot, push on it a little bit, you'll find that you get an edge. Once you get that edge, it just lifts right out. Again, you could mark these DP, or you could mark them, before you even put them in. You could just mark a D, P, whatever you want to do. It's up to you guys. I think it's kind of cool not to mark them because, you've got these little coin pieces. Kids can play with them. You can teach money. They're kind of cool little toy coins that kids can use in their little toy stores or whatever. So we kind of like to keep them and not mark them. So if that's the case, maybe this is your best option. Or maybe you put one in and mark the other one. The other thing that I wanted to talk about when you're storing your book, of course, it looks nice to set it up on a shelf like this where you can see it. That's all fine and dandy. But just like any paper product, if you go into any big box store, you'll notice that the books on the shelf start to warp. And just like any paper product, you're dealing with humidity and temperatures and stuff like that. And that can, you know, eventually, you know, warp these pages. I don't know how much because they're really thick, but they'll probably warp a tad. The best way to do it is, you know, stick it on a shelf next to other books with spine out. Like that, you know, next to other books. So that's the best way to care for this book. 1, this folding edge. 2, putting pressure behind the coin spot before you dig it out. Just a little pressure, and they just pop out. Oh, that one went back in. There we go. So a little pressure to get those coin things out. Label these if you want. And storing them spine out on a shelf, you know, next to other books. If by chance, you know, pushing on the back of these is too hard, then, you know, your best bet would be a tool. The tool is not my first choice, but if you needed to do it, you know, you just put in the crack and just start pulling and you'll eventually get it out. So there you have it. That's it. Really appreciate you guys purchasing this book, and yeah, check out my other books, and goodbye.